I wonder if Citadel is feeling claustrophobic because the walls feel like they are closing in more and more on the daily. I mean, some absolutely awesome stuff as far as for exposing went out more public today, and I want to talk about that. First off, guys, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit subscribe for more AMC content. I also talk about some crypto stuff on this channel as well. And also, if you can, hit the thumbs up like button. It definitely helps us out with the YouTube search algorithm, and I really do appreciate it. Feel free to share this video on social media if you think other people would find it to be helpful. And please keep in mind, I'm not a financial advisor. Everything I'm sharing is my own opinion, it's my own research, and I encourage you guys to do your own research. Take a look at the charts here. AMC went down just slightly, 0.67% for the day. I had speculated, I mean, I've talked about this before. The price it's essentially irrelevant because of the fact of so many shares that are supposed to exist out there that are not accurately being detected or being counted. I mean, they're being detected. The fact that they're not being counted appropriately means that the price more than likely is supposed to be much higher than what it is. But anyway, so I mentioned that I had a theory that maybe we would see gains of 5 to 10% for today. And the reason for that was more recent speculation that these hedge funds like Citadel are trying to bank on the idea that the stock for AMC would close out the money for a ton of these shares. And lo and behold, guess what? That ended up happening. So I figured it was going to rise back to levels that were about 2 days ago. Let me go ahead and swap back over here. So this is on the daily. I thought we were going to see a pushback right around the $40 range, 40 to 41 or so, and that would make it more of a medium-based zone. But to be totally fair, I don't remember what the amount of shares for out of the money were at that point in time, so maybe this was more optimized at this point. But overall, the day didn't really move very much. As far as volume goes, it was very small. It was 84.98 million shares. The average volume, 121. So it was sub levels. I mean, you guys just see it right on the charts right here. But this is where things get even more interesting, right? So what we saw yesterday, as far as for dark pool data, was 71% being documented. This is through Stonko Tracker. All right, so keep that in mind. That means that 7 out of every 10 shares that were traded took place on the dark pool, not on the light pool. You and I have access to the light pool. Webull, Robinhood, Fidelity, that kind of a thing. Those are light pools. Dark pools are exclusive trading platforms in which companies like Citadel have the ability to make these trades, which is absolutely insane. It gets even crazier than that. So imagine this. Johnny C points this out. He says AMC buy orders are sitting around 70% versus 30% sell orders. Coincidentally, 70% of AMC's volume is being traded through dark pools. This is blatant manipulation on price discovery. It's time to suspend dark pool trading on AMC. So what this is suggesting is it looks like there's a strong correlation between the fact that we're seeing the price continue to go down, but for whatever reason, there's 7 out of 10 that are being purchased. So think about that. 7 out of 10 is being purchased, 3 out of 10 is being sold, but the price is going down. So realistically, you should expect the price to go up because there's such a high amount of trading going on the buy side. That's what would be more realistic, right? Or at the very least, like it not being negative, it just being slightly up. But the fact that it's negative period or it's substantially negative depending on the days with these things is just absolutely insane. So this is actually showing you up-to-date information here. Let me go ahead and refresh the page to have it be the most accurate. So for the day, showed 65% on the buys, 35% on the sells for AMC, 65 for buys. As far as for the dark pool data goes, this is just showing for yesterday. I don't know when they actually update this. I thought that I would go to this page and it would say what the data was for today already, but apparently it doesn't have it. But we do look over here on stockgrid.io where we can see more of the dark pool data here. I'm going to go ahead and refresh the page on that as well. And we can see that it is negative 133 million shares. Again, it's another negative day. How do they keep having negative numbers? I just don't understand that. I can't comprehend it. That's over $5.5 billion. This stuff is super, super sketchy, super fishy, and the SEC really needs to step up, and they need to start doing actions. They're like really quiet right now with a lot of things. There was some exposure that came out recently with Citadel, and this was actually talked about over on Fox Business, which I think was absolutely amazing. There was a woman that went on board. She ended up talking. I'm trying to remember what her name is. Stephanie Kammerman. So she talked about Citadel Connect, which I talked about in my video yesterday. I talked about Citadel Connect. If you guys didn't see that, you should definitely go check out that video. It's just insane that they have the ability and access to be able to use something like that, and then to have it be so heavily involved in the dark pool. And with the recent crackdown on exposure of something that happened with Citadel, that now this information is being passed on to FINRA, like, they need to really prosecute these people for the things that they're doing, to change new policies, to make it so that things like the dark pool don't actually exist. Other people try and make arguments and say, like, oh, the dark pool is important. I saw somebody's post earlier. I don't know where it went, but somebody said, oh, the dark pool is important because of the fact that if you have these large buy orders that went through on the light market side, then the people that have tons of money, they're going to end up dumping a ton on the market too. It's transparency. I mean, if you know that everything is legitimate for the amount of shares, right, which is one of the things that blockchain technology provides, by the way, is full transparency. You can't create synthetic cryptocurrencies when you have blockchain technology, because everything can be documented. And that, I mean, there's 51% attacks, there's security measures you can put behind it and stuff. But my point is that using that kind of technology makes it way more secure than to just say, like, oh, look, there's this many shares, because then you got the bonds, the convertible bonds, you got all these different things, the synthetic shares, naked shorts, all the crazy antics that go on. It's just ridiculous. And look at this. This is another thing that was pointed out here. Weird how Citadel and Virtue collectively traded almost 1.3 billion shares of AMC in May when not even 600 million exist. So think about that. And retail owns over 400 million of those with less than a 4% turnover rate. So of the 400 million that the retailers own, they're only doing like 4% trading. So that means the last 200 million is what's being potentially pushed around. And according to this, Citadel, remember, there's not even 600 million of these shares. So Citadel did 618 million shares. So they alone did more trading of shares of AMC stock than actually exists. They did that during the court. But remember, there's only 200 million. So there's 400 million. There's 400 million, 2/3, right, that we all own. And only 4% of that's being traded. 4. Very, very small. That means the other amount, Citadel is going absolutely insane. Virtue is going absolutely insane with it too. And those two combined, almost 1.7 billion shares. This is ridiculous. Things need to change. But the information, it's public, it's out there, you guys can see it. Go check this stuff out, look at other people's videos, see what other people are saying too, man. Post-market, it is dropping down just slightly, and I had a feeling after these option contracts expired out that they were going to start trying to drive the price down further with it. We'll see how the next week plays out, guys, but I'm still hodling. I still believe in the project. And I feel confident that we will be able to make a change, but we have to stick together. We have to continue this movement. We have to continue to educate other people and make them aware of what's going on. That's the only way that we can really have things change, because if we go silent, our voices go silent, we're going to fade off. And we don't want to fade off, guys. We want to be documented in the record books, in history books of making that change. I firmly believe in that. This is not financial advice. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is my own opinion. If you guys are new to the channel, do not forget to hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up, like button, and feel free to share the video. If you want to earn some free cryptocurrencies or free stocks, I got links in the description. Let us know how you feel in the comments down below. Thank you guys for being awesome, and I will see you in the next episode.